Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech of Tomorrow. Elric Ferris here, and today we're going to be taking an unboxing and first tech look at a new product from the people over at ASUS. Well, it's not really that new, but it's still a really cool product, and one of the really good things about this new XONAR Essence STX card is it has 124 dB signal to noise ratio. Now, a lot of people out there are going, what exactly does that mean? Well, that means that the card's going to be a very high and clear clarity card. 124 signal noise ratio means you have a large area before you start getting a bunch of weird sounds like, background noising, hissing, alloy, or just like this fucking gardener right here. You could throw on headphones and be done with them. Unfortunately, I got to deal with when I'm filming today, not really liking it. But anyways, this card is really technologically a very, very sound and solid card. It's coming to market about, you can get anywhere from $164, anywhere up to like $200. But if you look around, you can get it for around $160 online. They've got it at Amazon for about 163 bucks. So today we're going to actually take this thing apart. So first of all, like any good boxing, I'll show you guys at the front of the box. Open up, we're going to go inside of here. Now, I know you guys hate it when people read off the box, but I mean, basically, that's why these guys make boxes. There's a reason why they do make a box for you guys to take a look at. But I'm just going to go over some of the really cool things. Nichicon capacitors all the way around. These are the best, top of the line ones. They're all gold. You can see them. This thing also has op-amp technology, which means that you can basically change the way this sound card sounds. That's right. You can change it from anywhere from being very high and very tinny and clear with no bass, all the way down to like a super rapper likes with like very solid bass, but not that much high end. It's very, very real. All you do is you're going to pull these little EPROMs off, change them off, and you can actually change the way that the card sounds. And that said, we're going to refocus and start looking at the card over here. So we've actually opened this box a couple times because we were checking this card out because it's really cool. So we'll start off with basically the unboxing stuff. So you guys know the box, cool little thing, and move that out of the way. So here we can see the packaging is a plastic overlay. I'll just go ahead and remove that to get it out of the way. The card in the plastic, and then underneath is the actual rest of the contents of the box. So we'll get that stuff actually out of the way real quick and let you folks see that. We have the XONAR Essence STX. This is their quick start guide. It's going to tell you all the different connectivity, ways to hook up your card. Now this card's different than a lot of other sound cards out there. You actually have to have a Molex power connector on it. That's for the headphone amp because you get very clean headphone amp clarity with that. Let me get this out of the way. This little jack right here, which is actually the one that I will be utilizing when I put the speakers in here. Behind me, I've got my Altic Lansing. These are my expressionist speakers. I'm going to be hooking these to the sound card and then plugging them into my little green plug into my computer right there. I will be using this plug. Set that off to the side. You get a XONAR Essence XTX. This is your audio precision test report. Like, ASUS has gone way out of their way to make sure that this sound card is totally high end. It's geared for audiophiles. If you're just a basic gamer who only has like, $20, $30 headphones, this is not your sound card. It's just not. This thing's geared for the audiophile who wants to use a really pro set of headphones. One of the great things about this. But they have all the lab results inside of here, which tells you all the different things about it. Total harmonic distortion, signal to noise ratio, all that stuff. If you're watching the video and you're going to say, hey, this is an overpriced thing, blah, 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 blah. For some people out there, it might be. But if you want clear, very warm sound, you're going to invest your money and you're going to want to take a look at this. Like I said, it's not for the meek. Here's the sound card driver. Get that out of the way. A lot of people asked in the Phoebus video if there was digital audio on it, optical. And yes, there was. I just forgot to show you guys the thing. My bad. My apologies. Here's the headphone jack. And right here is the little optical plug. This plugs into the card, and then your optical cable plugs in right here. Got a couple more things here before we get to the card. This is just basically a poster. And then again, another poster. So 2 posters. Now let's get to the card. You guys can see on the back here, we have standard 1/4-inch headphone jacks. There's been previous generation cards from ASUS that have had Sennheiser headphones. I have those. I plan on testing those out here as well. Here are the 2 ports that I'm going to be using. Those are these 2 right here. They'll just plug right into here. Nice and simply, I'm not going to do it. And like I said, if you're going to use the optical cable, it plugs in right down here at the bottom. Take a quick look right here. PCIe. Quick look at the back. Now, I'm going to take a quick break off here, folks. I'm just not going to do it the total thing on the camera because it takes too much time, but there are 4 screws in the back of here. So real quick, folks, I will show you guys everywhere on the card where I have taken the screws out. There's one here, one here, one here, and there's going to be a final one right here, which I'm now going to remove. I'm going to take the card over. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. So let's take now a closer look at the card now that we've stripped it down to its naked form. Now this card's broken up into 2 sections. This is the power section of the card, and this is the audio section of the card. We're going to start here at the back. We can see that we have a single power connector right here. Then through here, we have 2 more capacitors that are right here. These are actual help for power conditioning. Then we can see we have all the Nichicon. These are all their gold-plated parts like we talked about before. If you have your old school CD or whatever and you want to hook it up directly into here, you have the option and availability to do that as well. We're going to flip it back around here. Now there are 2 chips on here. There's the ASUS right here. This is combined with C Media. They helped design this chip. And then right here is an additional chip, and this is basically the power translator, which helps transfer all the power stuff into the audio section to make the clean audio. Now let's jump over to the audio section of the card. One thing I want everybody to take note of is right here, there's a little copper thing right here. You can see this. This is actually a separator for the sound from the power. I know that you guys might think, wow, a wall, but that's actually what it's really doing. This is actually a copper wall separating the power from the sound part of the card. Now, this card features hyper grounding circuitry design. This is something exclusive to ASUS where they utilize the PCB design to separate signal and noise, ensuring only the cleanest signals that are passed to the sensitive components. This is what actually ensures your headphones sound really clean. You don't hear any hissing or any that go into it. Once again, we see the Nichicon Fine Gold Professional Audio Capacitors. These capacitors use state-of-the-art etching technologies. Nichicon's Fine Gold capacitors deliver rich bass and crystal clear high frequencies. This is why this card is basically an audiophile card. It's not using any low-end components whatsoever. Another thing that separates the XONAR Essence STX from its peers is it uses superior DACs. It uses the Burr Brown PCM1792A. Now these are the best digital to analog converters you can get on the market. They convert signals at 127 dB signal to noise ratio. I've turned the card around, folks, so we can look at some of the other features about this card. It also features independent power sources for the line in and headphones out. Those are these right here. And then we also have the swappable OPA sockets. These are the OBAMP sockets. These are the ones I was telling you about before that you can remove on here and change them to get different types of sounds on the card. That's this little chip right here. Now that's going to be very interesting. JJ from ASUS has actually said that they have another kit that they can send me. I'm actually going to remove this and change the sound on it in the future, but that'll be another really cool review. The card also features a perfectly sealed audio analog path. You can see that as the clearness all the way around the card. All the etchings actually kept close and by each other so that the components don't have any electrical leak on the card at all, once again providing clear and low noise sound. Earlier we talked about the independent power sources for the headphones, but there's also something that actually helps the headphones sound really good, and that is the built-in headphone amp. The Essence XTX uses a high-quality TI-TPA612OA2 headphone driver, which supports headphones to up to 600 ohms of impedance. Drive your headphones is intended without additional amplification. What this really means when they say that is that there's enough power on the card driven by the chip that even the cards that have very, very high ohms, which are the very highest ones you can get out there, like Denon, Bayer, all those, they're going to sound perfectly clear in here, and the headphones will be able to drive them. Hence why this thing is called a headphone amp for audiophiles. So folks, that's pretty much all of the great features of the new Essence STX XONAR from the people over at ASUS. I mean, you guys can just see from the layout, all the gold components, from the way the power comes in, it's power conditioning. This is not just your run-of-the-mill sound card. If you take a plate off any other sound card, you're just going to see a few little capacitors here and there. They're not going to be gold or anything else like that. So hey folks, I hope that you like this. I tried to bring this a much more in-depth unboxing and first look at the features of this card. So I'll be seeing you guys back here as I actually hook this card into my system back there, and we'll show you a video. First, we'll show it as we install the card. Then we'll show you sound using the old onboard of the board that I have over there, which you guys know is the Rampage 4 Extreme. And then we'll show you what it sounds like with the new XONAR Essence STX. Thanks for watching. I'm Elric, and I'll catch you guys back here on Tech of Tomorrow.